Metal Up World, this is CJ with Mental Motivation coming at you with another vlog. Today I want to talk to you about mind control. That's right, controlling your mind, controlling your thoughts, because let me give you a simple message. Everything in your life experience proceeds from your thoughts. Your thoughts are what go before your emotions. Your thoughts are what control your body. It controls every aspect: fear, anger, rage, happiness, joy. Everything stems from the way that you think. And part of the way we think is the way we perceive things. Your perceptions, as they say, do become your reality. So if you want to change your life experience, you have got to focus on your mind before you focus on anything. And that means controlling your thoughts. That means disciplining your mind for achievement. And if you can control your mind, you can really control your life, because again, it is your life experience that stems from your mind. So in order to control your mind, you have to discipline it. And there's two ways that you can discipline your mind to keep it positive all the time. This is some of the stuff that I do. The first thing that you can do is crowd out the evil. That's right. It's like planting grass. You ever planted grass? You got a yard. You come out one day and you see weeds all over the yard. There are two ways to deal with weeds, and we'll make weeds represent negative thoughts. There are two ways to deal with it. One, you can go out and pluck all those weeds or poison them or do something to them individually to get them out of the yard. Or you can focus on planting healthy grass that will crowd out the weeds. And it is far better to have a lawn filled with healthy grass crowding out the evil than it is to focus on just plucking out weeds one at a time. So crowd out the evil in your own mind with positive thoughts, but not just positive thoughts. I think you should do specific kinds of positive thoughts. The way I do it, I just don't think happy thoughts. Doesn't work for me. What I do is I use my mind creatively. I busy it. I focus on all the disciplines that I'm involved in. I focus on my goals. I think about problem solving. I engage it in busy activity focused on the things that I'm all about, the things that I'm interested in, the things that I'm passionate about. That way my mind is exercised, it's occupied, it's working. And so long as my mind is busy, being creative, being innovative, troubleshooting, and problem solving, then it has no time, no room, no space for negative thoughts. Crowd out the evil with positive reinforcement, but make that thinking productive and innovative. Then when it comes to controlling your mind as far as negative thoughts, how do you keep negative thoughts out of your mind? The best way to do it is to reject a negative thought as soon as it enters your mind. I'm going to say that again. The best way to get rid of negative thinking is to reject it, cast it out, throw it out as soon as it appears in your mind. Why? Because as soon as it appears in your mind is when that thought is weakest. If you let it come in, if you let it reside in you, abide in you, it will fester, it will plant its roots, and soon it will become a fortress that is impenetrable and too difficult to uproot. Most of your emotional, psychological, fear-oriented, anger-oriented, bitter-oriented hang-ups are directly related to fortresses in your mind. Thoughts that began very small but eventually became fortresses in your mind. This means you have to live on guard. Yes, all the time. Well, that's the price you have to pay. You want to feel good, you want to achieve your goals, you want to be thinking clearly, you want to be stable. Well, it's going to cost you. You can either soak your mind and body in medication, or you can do the simple things. Human technology doesn't cost you anything. All it costs you is time and effort and discipline. So as soon as a negative thought appears, you reject it. But oftentimes a negative thought is simply a wrong interpretation. It's a wrong perception of reality. So you want to be able to replace that thought as soon as you reject it. So a very simple way to do it is this way. Let's say the thought arises in your mind, I suck. Well, you want to just reject the thought outright. Do it first because it's weak. But then replace it with something else and say, that's not real. I don't suck. I may not be doing as well, my performance may not be where it needs to be, but I can perform better. If I'll work hard every day, I'm going to improve in each and everything that I do. That's being realistic. You're not blowing sunshine up your ass, you're being realistic. You're telling yourself that with effort, you can improve your performance, and therefore you don't suck. So any negative thought, any wrong perception can be rejected and replaced by something else. And the more that you do that day in and day out, the sooner it becomes a habit. And that's how you begin to think positively no matter what the world situation is, no matter what your personal circumstances are. Even if you were in solitary confinement in some Siberian prison, you could still live in a paradise if your mind thought that way. That may sound extreme, but it's absolutely true. And you're not in a Siberian prison. Your circumstances are nowhere near as bad as that. So imagine the possibilities. Imagine what your life experience could be like if you could just get control of this head. So crowd out the evil. Use your mind for positive, productive activity, and then reject negative thoughts as soon as they appear and replace them with a positive reinforcement. You do this and you will be on the fast track to mind control. You do that and you will control your life and determine your own destiny. Can you dig that? I hope you can. This is CJ with Metal Motivation. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck. Metal up.